Hi, I'm Megan Powell of the Essex Bridge Center. Today's video is the second in our discussion about responders' first choices. Responder has many options on a very first bid. It will depend on whether there's already been a fit found with opener's first bid. So what we want to talk about in this video is when a responder has a reason to bid on the 2 level. Let's get started. All right, so I said we were going to talk about when a responder has a reason to bid on the 2 level. Now, that also means that a responder did not have a fit already with the opener. Because if responder has a fit with opener's first bid, responder certainly could bid on the 2 level in opener's suit. But what if there is no fit? So let's talk about all the things we have already started to work through, and then we're going to discuss responder's first response in a new suit on the 2 level. So we're going to learn many different ways that a responder reacts to an opener, but some of them are straightforward and some of them not so much. Let's start with the most fundamental information. Let's say your partner opened 1 heart or 1 spade, a major suit showing 5 or more cards in a major, and you're the responder. You have at least 3 cards in opener's major suit. Now that means you have found an 8-card major suit fit, and in fact this is called the 5-3 fit. And so you would raise on the 2 level, on the 3 level in your opener's suit. And then the opener may bid higher because now opener will know there's a fit as well. So that's one way a responder reacts to an opener's bid in the same suit. Now, what about some other ways that a responder reacts? Suppose your partner, the opener, started with a minor suit, 1 club or 1 diamond. You, responder, are then tasked with beginning a search for a major suit fit. What would you need? Well, you would have to have at least 6 high card points in your hand and at least 4 cards in a major suit. It is your job to see if your 4-card major might have a fit in opener's hand with a 4-card major there, the same 4-card major. And so what you would do, responder, is you would bid a new suit, the major suit you have, but you absolutely would bid it on the 1 level. Anytime a responder can change the auction to a new suit and can still do it on the 1 level, responder should. You would change the auction to 1 heart or 1 spade when opener has started in a minor suit. Again, you need 6 or more high card points, 4 or more cards. And if opener has 4 cards in that same major suit, well, you have found an 8-card fit. And then opener will decide whether to bid higher in responder's new major suit. We refer to this as the 4-4 fit. All right, now they're the most common ways a responder does bid in an auction, but they're not the only ways. In our lesson 3, part 1, we did talk about another way that a responder might bid a new suit. Now, we've talked about responder bidding a new suit on the 1 level. What if responder wants to bid a new suit on the 2 level? Could do so under specific circumstances. And in our part 1 lesson, we began discussing why a responder would bid a new suit on the 2 level instead of the 1 level. So what was the reason we discussed? The reason is that often, well, at least one reason, there are going to be 2 reasons. Reason 1 we've discussed in our last lesson. Reason 1 is that a responder who wants to bid a new suit might not be able to bid that new suit on the 1 level. Okay, so suppose an opener started way up on the 1 level, 1 spade. Well, there's no way for a responder to bid a brand new suit on the 1 level. Opener has used up all the suits on the 1 level on the bidding ladder. All right. Now, when would a responder bid a new suit on the 2 level? Not only can they no longer bid a new suit on the 1 level, but it's often because a responder does not have 3-card support for opener's major suit. But the problem for responder is that responder should still describe what's going on in his hand. If a responder has points, responder should show those points to the opener. Now, if responder does not have 3-card support for an opener's major suit, responder then attempts to bid a new suit on the 2 level. But when a responder bids a new suit on the 2 level, responder has to have some extra values. So let's take a look at what that would be. Now, we approached this in part 1 of Responder's First Choices, and so let's just go over this again. It's hard, right? Let's look at the example I have on my screen. South is the dealer, and South has 12 to 20 high card points. Also has a 5-card spade suit. South should absolutely open 1 spade. Now, East and West are passing. I made sure they did not have a bid. We'll come back to introducing opponents into the auction in the future. West is passing. Now we look at North's responding hand. North, you have 6 or more high card points in your responding hand, and you really should bid something with at least those minimum 6 high card points. Now you look at your spade holding because you know South is promising you 5 spades, but North, your responding hand does not have the 3 spade cards you need for a fit. There is no known fit in spades. You should bid something with your 6 points. Why? The opener started with 12 to 20. And if the opener actually has closer to 19 or 20 points, and you have at least 6, responder, your partnership has 25 points for game. So you should not pass just because you don't have a fit with opener's major suit. You should bid something with 6 or more high card points. Now, you would like to bid a new suit. You would like to still try and figure out the best way for you and opener to find a contract. Your job is to describe your hand, not only your points, but the shape of your hand. How many cards do you have in different suits? You would have to bid a new suit now on the 2 level, because South's 1 spade opening meant all the suits on the 1 level of the bidding ladder are now gone. So North, if you wanted to bid a new suit on the 2 level now, you need more values. You need more in the high card point area. You need more in the number of cards you're showing. Why? When I open 1 club and you respond 1 heart, changing the suit on the 1 level, well, we're still going to only have to take 7 winning tricks if we were to stay in a 1-level contract. Therefore, when I open 1 club and you respond 1 heart, you have to have 6 or more high card points and 4 or more cards. You only need a little bit of information for you to change the suit on the exact same level I opened. But if you're going to change the suit on a higher level, the 2 level, now you need 10 or more high card points, 5 or more cards. And that's because you're bringing our auction up 1 level higher, and we would have to take extra winning tricks just to be successful. So, North, if you want to show a new suit on the 2 level, you need 10 or more high card points, and you need 5 or more cards. Well, North, you have 11 high card points, and you have 5 heart cards. Wouldn't it be great if you could still find a major suit fit in hearts? You should bid your new major suit now, North, on the 2 level. You should respond to hearts. Now, when the auction comes back to South's opening hand, South must put together what the partnership has. And I say all the time, one of the hardest things in this game is, what did my partner just tell me? So South, your opening hand has to consider what North's responding hand has just offered you. Because North bid a new suit on the 2 level, North must have at least 5 cards in that heart suit. must have at least 10 high card points. Well, South, look at your hand. You have 3 heart cards, which means you now know you have a heart fit with North. Now, someone's going to want to ask me, what if South did not have 3 heart cards? Yep, that could happen. But we're going to have to talk about all these different kinds of opener and responder bidding aspects over time. We couldn't possibly learn them all at once. The good news right now is that South, your opening hand, has 3 card heart support for North's 5 or more hearts. A fit. You get to add distribution, and I think you had 1, I think I say 2 distribution points. Sorry, it should only be 1 distribution point, and you only really have 16 points. Sorry about that. But that's still okay, because you have to remember that responder is promising 10 or more points when responder bids a new suit on the 2 level. And if responder has 10 points and you have 16 points, South, well, you have 25 points and you have a known heart fit. So South, you should immediately go to the heart game. So this was an example of a responder not having a fit with opener's major suit, opener's first bid, but responder still required to describe something about the responding hand. Since responder could not bid a new suit on the 1 level, responder attempts to bid a new suit on the 2 level and must have at least 10 high card points and at least 5 cards to do so. What if responder did not have that? Well, we're going to have to spend time talking about other responder options. For now, this is one of the options that responder will encounter in our classes. Now, that I said that was reason number 1, that responder did not have a fit with the opener's major suit, but still had to describe the hand. Let's talk about reason number 2, and this is newer information for many of you this week. What is the second reason that a responder would bid a new suit on the 2 level? Well, oddly enough, responder does have a fit with opener's major suit. Let's say the opener starts in 1 heart, has 12 to 20 high card points, has a 5 card or longer heart suit, and responder does in fact have 3 heart cards to go with opener's 5 hearts. There is an 8 card fit. Responder, you then add any distribution you might have, and your job is to then give a total responding point count. Now, we've talked about this before because this is the 5-3 major suit fit. So what does responder do? You're going to need your responder ranges for this. Responder has a fit for opener's heart suit. Added distribution. Responder has 6 to 9 total responding points. Is a minimum responder. And if you look at your opener responder range chart, you will see that a minimum responder raises in opener's major suit just to the 2 level, 2 hearts or 2 spades, depending on your fit. And what responder is saying is, look, I can offer you, opener, just a little bit of help opposite your 12 to 20 points on our path to 25 game points. I only have a little bit of help. If responder has 10, 11, or 12 responding points, we refer to that responder as a medium or invitational responder. Responder would then raise to 3 hearts or 3 spades, depending on the fit, because now responder can offer almost enough point count help opposite openers 12 to 20 to get to 25 points together. You're bidding almost game. Now, some new thinking. What if responder has 13 responding points opposite openers 12 to 20? We consider that responder a maximum responding hand. Why? Because if responder has 13 points and opener has 12 points, that's 25 points. Responder will know right now with 13 responding points and a fit for opener's major suit, that we have enough points for 25-point games right now. Right now, we know we have enough for game. Not only do we have 25 points, we have a fit in, let's say, our heart suit. So opener started with 1 heart. You, responder, have at least 3 heart cards. You add distribution, you're at 13 or more. Responding points opposite my 12 to 20 points. You know we have a heart fit. You know we have 25 points. And you're thinking you should jump right to the 4 level to game 4 hearts right now, right? Well, I remember I said a few minutes ago, we cannot learn everything in bridge all at once. We absolutely can't. We can't. So we have to learn things a little bit at a time. And one of the things we're going to learn, even if we can't wrap our heads fully around it, is this. If a responder were to immediately jump to game in opener's major suit on the very first response, 1 heart by me, 4 hearts by you, the responder is actually saying, this auction stops now. I don't care how many opening points you have. Responder, you do not jump to game with a strong maximum point count. In bridge, you jump to game on a first response in your partner's major suit with an incredibly weak point count, including 0 points. This is called the big fit. And there are rules that have to go with this, a bunch of rules. Too many rules for me to step aside and explain them right now. We will get to them. But when a responder bids the very, very first response in the game fit, 1 heart by me, 4 hearts by you, or 1 spade by me, 4 spades by you, this is called a closeout bid. And responder is saying to the opener, I don't care how many high card points you started with, whether they were 12 or 20, the auction has to stop dead right now. My responding hand could have 0 points. I have other things in my hand that make my hand worthwhile bidding, but I could have no points whatsoever. And right now you're going to have to accept this concept on faith. So therefore, with 13 responding points, you should not jump to 4 hearts or 4 spades as your first response. Why? Well, here's some of the depth we have to think about. If a responder does have 13 responding points and the opener has 12 to 20 points, you, responder, cannot know whether I'm at 12 opening points or 20 opening points or somewhere even in between. Why does it even matter that you know? Why would it matter that I have 20 points if you have 13? Don't we have 25 points? Yes, we do. What I do want to take a side conversation here and talk about something called slam. A slam contract is when you and your partner bid higher than the game level on the bidding ladder. If the game level in hearts and spades is the 4 level, 4 hearts or 4 spades, the slam level, and I'm talking about something called a small slam, the small slam level is the 6 level, 6 hearts or 6 spades. We don't ever aspire to bid 5 hearts or 5 spades. It doesn't have the same kind of meaning. 5 hearts and 5 spades is an escape hatch, which we'll talk about a little later on. 4 hearts or 4 spades is the game level that we've been always working towards up to now. But 6 hearts or 6 spades is something called slam. Now, why would we even care about that? Let's say that we bid 4 hearts game, and we do take our 10 necessary tricks. Great. Our score, if we're vulnerable, is very nice. It's a positive 620 points. That's great. But suppose instead of just bidding 4 hearts, we bid 6 hearts. That's the small slam. We would be required to take 12 out of 13 tricks. And let's say we do that. The score we earned is a positive 1,430 points. That's an enormous difference. I would rather get a score of 1,430 than a score of 620. But you don't just automatically get that huge score. You have to actually bid during the auction all the way up to the 6th level for a small slam, and then take the necessary 12 tricks for you to get that kind of huge score. and we want that huge score. Now, we will have to talk about slam in more detail, and we will as we go along. But for now, what I need you to understand is that if we did want to try and get to a small slam on the 6th level, our partnership would need point count help to make sure we had enough face cards, honor cards, to take enough winning tricks, at least 12 winning tricks. And that means the partnership would need together to have about 33 points to know that we could start thinking about slam, not just the 25 points for a game. So what does all this have to do with Responder and her 13 game going points and a major suit fit? All right. I open 1 heart as your partner. You have 3 heart cards, a fit. You get to add distribution. And now your responding hand has 13 or more responding points. And you don't know whether I have 12 opening points or 20 opening points or in between. If my opening hand has 12-ish opening points, your 13 points get us to about 25 points for a game. And now wait for it. What if my opening point count was closer to 20 points in my 12 to 20 range? That means that your 13 points and my 20 points are 33 points. And that gets us to the small slam 6th level territory. Very sexy, right? So what do I need you to understand here? When a responder has at least 13 points and a fit with my opening major suit, you know we have game. You get to add distribution. And now your responding hand has 13 or more responding points. And you don't know whether I have 12 opening points or 20 opening points or in between. If my opening hand has 12-ish opening points, your 13 points get us to about 25 points for a game. And now wait for it. What if my opening point count was closer to 20 points in my 12 to 20 range? That means that your 13 points and my 20 points are 33 points. And that gets us to the small slam 6th level territory. Very sexy, right? So what do I need you to understand here? When a responder has at least 13 points and a fit with my opening major suit, you know we have game. We have game right now. The question is, do we have 33 points for slam? And the only way for you, responder, to figure that out is to find out, does my opening point count hover around 12 points or hover around 20 points? And the only way you can find that out, responder, is to get the opener to bid again to show whether or not I'm closer to 12 or 20. Opener's second bid is supposed to take that big 12 to 20 point range and somehow whittle it down and show responder, are you closer to 12 or are you closer to 20? Responder, you have to force the opening bidder to take another bid, because opener's second bid will show you closer to 12 or closer to 20. All right, responder, how do you force an opener to bid again? There's only one way. You have to change the auction to a new suit. Responder must bid a new suit. Opener is forced to bid again anytime a responder changes to a new suit. Now, if you can still change to a new suit on the 1 level, do it. Bid a new major suit on the 1 level with 6 or more high card points and 4 or more cards. If you're going to change to a new suit on the 2 level, here are our rules again, right? 10 or more high card points, 5 or more cards to bid a new responding suit on the 2 level. So now you change to a new suit, responder, and when the opener makes a second bid called opener's rebid, opener's second bid will show how close she is to 12 points or how close she is to 20 points. All right. Once responder learns, is opener closer to 12 or closer to 20? Then responder will understand if his or her 13 maximum responding points are enough to take our openers, our major suit fit to just a 25-point game or a 33-point slam. Okay, so opener bids one heart or one spade. Responder has a fit, adds distribution, and now has 13 responding points opposite my 12 to 20. You know we have game. The question is, do we have 33 points for slam? You have to bid a brand new suit, responder. That forces opener to bid again. And when opener makes a second bid, opener will show whether opener's closer to 12 points, which means all we've got is 25 points for game, or whether opener's closer to 20 points, and that means we could have 33 points for slam. Now, for now, because we haven't learned everything about how slam bidding works, I promise you that opener will be closer to 12 points. Okay? We will be getting to a point where we'll be talking about what happens if opener's closer to 20 and what this slam thing is all about. So, for now, opener's going to either support responder's new major suit or rebid the opener's 6-card major suit fit. That's all we know right now. We will learn more options for opener's second bid as we go along. We're still looking for a major suit fit, and we're looking for game or potentially slam, but right now, hopefully, we just want to make sure we have game. So let me look at a couple of examples, a few examples from your packet. So I'm going to look at board 9 here, and South is the dealer, and South has 12 to 20 high card points, opens one heart. Now I'm going to take my time with this first example, and then I'll go through a couple of more examples after that a little faster. So now South has opened a major suit, and the opponent is passing. We look at North's responding hand. Hey, North, you have 3 cards in South's 5-card or longer major. Great. You get to add distribution points if you have any. I see a diamond doubleton, North. All right. You should add 1 distribution point and look at North's points now. The 13 high card points just reevaluated to 14 responding points. South has 12 to 20. If South's opening hand is just close to 12, then your 14 points, responder, make sure we have 25 points for a game. But when I make my opener's rebid, if I indicate I'm closer to 20, then your 14 responding points gets us in that 33-point range for a 6-level slam. Now, you absolutely should not jump to 4 hearts here, even though you know we have 25 points in a fit. Do not jump to 4 hearts. And this part you're going to have to take on faith for now. If North bids 4 hearts, North would be saying, oh, I could have 0 points. I have a big heart fit for you, but 0, 0, 0 points. And this auction has to end even if you have 25 points. You have to stop the auction if I jump to 4 hearts, South. Even if you have 20 points, I might have 0. We might not even have 25 points for game together, because I could have 0 points when I jump to 4 hearts. Instead, North, for you to get more information out of responder, out of opener, responder, you have to change to a new suit and force opener to bid again. Opener's second bid will show you whether she's closer to 12 or closer to 20. So you look at your hand, North. If you had a 4-card spade suit, you could actually still bid spades on the 1 level. You don't have 4 spades, North. Don't lie. Don't ever tell a lie in a major suit. So you cannot bid 1 spade to change suit. You look at your hand and you say, well, wait a minute. I should respond 2 clubs. 2 clubs says I have 10 or more responding high card points. I have 5 or more club cards. What would North do without 5 club cards? That's another lesson that's coming up. We'll have to talk about another way that responder makes a first bid. So today we're looking at responder bidding a new suit. And on the 2 level, responder needs 10 or more high card points, and responder has certainly 13 with heart distribution and has 5 or more club cards. Now, North, the responder, does not want to play in clubs. That's not why she's bidding clubs. We don't like minor suits, right? North knows we already have a heart fit, right? You already know we have a heart fit. We know, North, that you're going to go back to heart before this auction ends. You will bid hearts later on. All you're trying to do is to learn from the opener her point range. Do we have 25 points for game or 33-ish points for slam? Now, when we go back to South, you must bid again. You may not pass. Why? North is showing 10 or more high card points. But notice it doesn't say that North is showing 10 points to something. She's not. She's showing 10 plus points. North could be sitting on 20 high card points. There's no way for a responder to show an upper point count limit, the top of a point range, when a responder changes to a new suit. Responder can only show the floor, has no way of showing 10 points to something. Nope. Therefore, South must bid again, because by bidding again, the auction will go back to responder. The auction will get back to North's responding hand, and then North could talk some more about points and shape. So South is going to bid again. South, you look at your opening hand. Well, your partner in North bid a minor suit, and we don't like minor suits. So you're looking for some way to avoid playing in a minor suit. And the good news, South, is you can rebid an opening suit if it has 6 or more cards. And you have 6 or more cards in your opening heart suit. So maybe we should bid that heart suit again. And here's how opener describes the 12 to 20 point range for responder. If South has a minimum set of responding points, the bottom of the 12 to 20, specifically 12, 13, 14, 15 high card points now, South will bid a minimum amount of the opening suit. We'll bid the opening suit again at a very minimal level. Now, South is not counting any distribution. South doesn't think North has a heart fit, right? When North bid 2 clubs, South doesn't think North has a heart fit. South thinks North has clubs. South, with 12 to 15 very minimum high card points, no distribution, you should rebid your hearts as cheaply as you can. You would bid them only on the 2 level. If you had 16 medium opening points, that's when you would show more information. You would jump. You would not bid 2 hearts. You would bypass it and jump to 3 hearts. And that would show at least 16 high card points to the responder. But you don't have that. You have a total of 13 high card points, opener. South, you rebid 2 hearts, and it shows at least 6 hearts and 12 to 15 minimum, bottom of 12 to 20 high card points. And now North knows information. The responder says, okay, South didn't do any jumping. She bid her heart suit at the very next place she could. South has 12 to 15 minimum opening high card points. South is saying, we have a heart fit. I have 14 total responding points, opposite South's 12 to 15. We do not have 33 points. There is no slam here. All we've got is plus or minus 25 points, right around 25-ish points. Could be plus, right? You could be more than 25 points, but you're not 33. So North, you know you have enough points for a game, and you know you have a heart fit. Let's go to just the game, 4 hearts. So I took my time with that one to try and explain the pieces. I'd like to talk about 2 more hands just a smidge faster. Here we go. I'm going to look at board 10. South is our dealer. South has 12 to 20 high card points, opens 1 spade. Now, North, you're the responder. You do, in fact, have 3 card spade support. You have an 8 card fit in spades. Great. We are going to play this contract with a spade trump suit. Add distribution, North, and you get a point for the heart doubleton. Your 13 points are now 14 responding points. And you know the partnership has 25 points right now, because my opening hand has to have 12 points. You have 14. You know that we have 25 or more points right now. But do not jump to 4 spades. If you jump to the game in our major suit as your first bid, responder, you are showing me you could have a 0 high card points. And that's something you have to take on faith right now. You do not jump to game with a strong point count, game going point count, responder, as your very first response. Nope, nope, nope. Instead, you have to bid a brand new suit. You have to force opener to bid again, so that opener will tell you on opener's rebid, is she closer to 12 opening points, closer to 20 opening points. Then, responder, you can decide, do we have game, which we already have, or could we have 33-ish points for a slam? So now, North, you must bid a new suit on the 2 level to bid a new suit. South's 1 spade opening bid has taken up all the suits on the 1 level. There's no room for a new suit on the 1 level. To bid a new suit on the 2 level, responders, you need 10 or more high card points and 5 or more cards in a suit. Now you have 13 high card points. You have 14 points with a fit, with distribution. You also have 5 diamonds. Again, if you didn't have 5 diamonds, we would talk about a different kind of responding bid in future weeks. North, you're going to change the auction to a new suit. 2 diamonds. Okay? Now, that is a change of suit by the responder. It is going to force South's opening hand to take another bid. Here's the thing. First of all, South, you must bid again. You have to allow the auction to go back to North, because you think North could have, 10 high card points, but North could have 20 high card points. You also, South, must say to yourself, I don't know if North has any spades. North is denying spades right now by bidding 2 diamonds. When a responder bids a brand new suit, opener, you should take responder at face value. Don't assume there's a spade fit and North is just changing to a new suit. Because there are going to be plenty of times when North won't have a fit in spades and will change to a new suit just to describe the hand. Remember back when we talked a little earlier in this lesson on reason 1? That was reason 1. Sometimes North would actually not have a spade fit and just have long diamonds. So South, you must accept North at face value. Assume there is no spade fit. Assume North has long diamonds, and that's what she's trying to offer you. So you have to look at your hand, South, and decide what the best way is to describe what you do have. You don't know how many spades North has, but you have 6 of them, and you may rebid an opening suit with at least 6 cards in it. You look at your high card points only, no distribution. You don't know if North has any spades. You say to yourself, I have 12 to 15 minimum opening high card points. That means I bid my spades again, but only at the tiniest level, the 2 level 2 spades. And now, North, you say to yourself, South did not jump when she rebid spades. She only showed them at the 2 level without a jump. It was the very next place she could bid spades. Therefore, because she didn't jump up the bidding ladder, she must have 12 to 15 minimum opening points. North, with your distribution and your spade fit, you have 14 responding points. South has 12 to 15. At most, you have 29 points. That's not 33 points. You have better than 25 points, but not enough for 33. You don't have any slam potential. You just have game potential. So North bid the game in spades. You went on a little hunt. It did not take you to enough points to think about a 6-level bid. Let's do one more, just to show you that a responder's change of suit should follow certain protocols. South is our dealer, has 12 to 20 high card points, and opens 1 heart. So far, so good? Now, North, your responding hand does have 3 heart cards. Fantastic. You have a heart fit. You do not have any distribution to add, but you do have 13 already maximum responding points. Opposite openers 12 to 20, you know you have at least 25 points right now. Now remember, you're not jumping to 4 hearts. It would show a weak point count as a responder, not strong. It could show 0 points. There's a whole protocol of bidding that would go with responder jumping to 4 hearts right now. We have not learned it. accept on faith that we will, and it does have meaning. Instead, North, you don't know whether South is near 12 high card points or near 20 high card points. So you need to change the auction again and bid a new suit to get the opener to rebid and show you whether or not she is closer to 12 or closer to 20. Okay? And then you'll know whether your partnership has just hovering around 25 or whether you're getting closer to 33. Now, when you change to a new suit, responder, you always change to a new suit cheaply as possible on the one level if you still can, always. And in fact, North, you have 4 spade cards, the other major. You have at least 6 high card points. You have at least 4 spade cards. That's the requirement for a responder to change to a new suit on the one level. And if you can change on the one level, you absolutely should change on the one level. Absolutely. This is a conversation. We don't want to take up so much room on the bidding ladder when we don't have to. We want to talk to each other a little bit. So North, if I were you, I would change the auction to just 1 spade. It's not any kind of lie. It's absolutely the truth. You have 4 spade cards. Now, South, you're going to look at your hand. Now, you must bid again. It says South's responding hand. Sorry, that should say South's opening hand. Sorry. South's opening hand must bid again. Responder in North is promising you at least 6 high card points. But responder in North could have 20 responding points. There's no way for responder to show you that. So South, you must bid again as opener and allow responder another chance to bid in the auction. Now, if you had 4 spade cards, South, you could raise in the spade suit to show a fit with North's spades. South, do you have 4 spade cards? No, you don't. Okay. But you still have to bid something. So let's look at the rest of your hand. You have 6 cards or more in your opening heart suit. Yay. Therefore, you should rebid that opening suit. And because you are closer to 12 high card points with your 14 points, you're in the 12 to 15 minimum opening point range, you should rebid 2 hearts. No jumping. If you had 16 or more high card points, South, you would bypass 2 hearts and jump to 3 hearts. Now, North, you've learned what you needed to learn. Since South did not jump to 3 hearts and only bid 2 hearts, the opening suit again at the cheapest level she could bid it, South is promising 12 to 15 opening points. You, North, have 13 opening points and a heart fit. Well, all we really have is hovering around 25 points. That's game. So you know now, North, that all you've got is a game contract and not anywhere near 33 points for a slam. So let's go to the game in hearts. So this is new information, right? We had 2 reasons why a responder might bid on the 2 level in a new suit. So this is a good opportunity for you to go back through the packet, go back through your materials, practice the hands and see if it makes sense, at least at the point of information that we have. And it's not all the information we need about responder bidding. We're going to learn things in increments because you cannot learn it all at once, all right? So what we're focusing on this level is, in this lesson is, when does a responder bid a new suit on the 2 level? And reason 1 is that she does not have a fit with opener's major suit and has to bid something to show something about the responding hand. And the second reason is responder does have a fit with opener suit, but has 13 game-going responding maximum points and needs to find out, is the partnership closer to 25 or closer to 33? Okay, so if you have questions, feel free to email me before class. Otherwise, I'll see you soon.